Hello and welcome to the back nine of round 2 of the TruBank Des Moines Challenge presented by Discraft. It's a different day than the front 9.
Wait, this has never happened.
Yeah, it's pretty weird. It might be minutes for you, but for everyone else, it's been a while.
We've gone to sleep. We woke up.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb.
I'm Madison Walker, and it's a new day.
It's
honk.
a new day, honk.
It's 6:32 a.m. We did a, I guess, sort of a shotgun start. We started on hole 10 with our lead card. Everyone else that had not yet finished the round started on whatever hole they finished on last, and with whatever little weird marker they left out on the course
That's
overnight.
one of my favorite parts is like seeing how people marked their discs.
Yes,
strange sticks and flags and
birdie bags, weird minis with pencils stabbed through them. I saw all kinds of stuff on the course that made it through the tornadoes. And we're going to start here on hole 10, bright and early. 785, par 5, new hole from last year. First tee shot has to go through all of these trees. The farther you get, the better. Of course, your second shot, ideally, you want to crest this hill, but it was a little bit windy out there today, so it's going to play different than normal. We called this a soft birdie hole in days past, but with these windy conditions, it does play a little bit different. Par feels good. Birdie is definitely still in play, but that approach is very difficult with all that OB very close.
So at this time, how was the wind?
It wasn't terrible. I also started on a woods hole, so it's hard for me to comment. I was on hole 12, protected. It looks like it's not too bad. I didn't start, I think, hearing it whip until maybe a couple holes in.
Okay. So Paige, not quite awake yet. Kind of turfs the first one. Kristin has had her coffee. She's had breakfast. She's ready to go.
Kristin seems like a morning person.
She does seem like a morning person.
And that was an excellent shot. Different outfits, different day, same round. Very weird.
I played with Leah Sinna-Jenny and saw her take this route, which is like a pretty fair shot, I think. And the nice thing about it is you're on the high side of the hill. So it makes the next shot a little bit easier.
Great for lefties, not as great for righties, especially when you've got distance throwers being able to pipe a hyzer through this gap. Macie showing us how it's done.
Yeah, I kind of like that inside gap that fades rather than trying to work the outside. I did it accidentally in round 2, and then
Then it became your play.
Yeah, and then I was like, that's great. Exactly what Macie just did. Sorry, I'm giving spoilers about the future of my round. Can't talk about round 3 yet.
Paige trickling into OB on her second shot at the top of the hill. It's so weird that we went from just like profusely sweating, stifling hot to like...
And now it's chilly.
Yeah, we've got like long sleeves, we've got pants. Macie is from Tennessee, and Tennessee people don't feel cold, but everyone else is bundled up. It was chilly.
Macie looks like she's in a good spot.
It was like 64. I'm from Florida.
Well, it's just weird to go from 95 to
64.
And with like a chilly little breeze.
Yeah. Emily throwing her second shot all the way to the tree, and that's a great spot to be. It gives you some options.
It's interesting that she chose to go standstill. I mean, I think it's really smart because you don't need a ton of distance, and the footing is a little bit weird on the hill there.
The second you start adding footsteps to this throw, you start increasing your chances of error, because once you crest the hill, you don't have as much control. I think the standstill is brilliant if you got that power. Paige throwing 4 after her second shot went out of bounds.
Looks like she's getting aggressive here. She can definitely get down to the pin. It gets very narrow, though, on the green here. That is out of bounds again, and I don't think she's going to have a look at it, really, for a putt.
Yeah, she'll be a little guarded. She'll be able to get to the green, no problem, but a putt might be a different story.
Yeah, rough start here. Macie saws off her approach and is out of bounds, too.
And that's where this hole gets a little tough. It's just how close the out of bounds is to this basket.
God, situations like this never seem fair either. Like, Paige had just taken a couple strokes on Kristin. She was playing, like, absolutely flawless.
Yeah, momentum.
Now it's 6:30 and...
Yeah. She went from, like, canning a circle 2 putt and getting a follow flight to, like, double OB.
Yeah.
6:30 a.m.
Like,
Cold.
okay, got time to wake up. And Kristin is like, I thrive in the morning.
Yeah.
She's like 16 feet for birdie.
Emily just trying to chip up to the green here, get the par.
Yeah. I don't actually know if Paige is a morning person, but my point is it just kind of sucks that she was like on a streak and then, had to just like cool off for 12 plus hours.
Giving it a bid. Not quite there. 42% of the field taking a birdie. All the stats from this point out are kind of funny because only half the field played on one day. So the conditions were different.
I think more than half.
Yeah.
I think only a couple cards didn't have to play this morning.
Oh, no.
Emily hitting band on her par putt. Nice birdie.
Yeah, what a way to start the day.
That gets Kristin to 2 down on the round. A day later.
Everyone else dealing with bogey or worse on this quote-unquote hot goose said soft par 5.
It was. The situation has changed.
Kristin going to just have one stroke over the next people in the field, which is now Missy Gannon and Jennifer Allen tied up with Paige.
Hole 11 is a par 4. It's only 453 feet, so you see a lot of people split the hole in 2 and just go mid-range. You also see fairway driver. You may see a full distance driver. Again, it's like the classic Pickard part. Like, how much do you want to bite off? What do you feel comfortable with? It is a fairly tight tunnel anyway, so if you get aggressive and are off just by a little bit, the woods are pretty rough, especially on the right side, and then it's tough to get your birdie. The pin is perched on a hillside too, which adds some interesting elements to the second shot. You really can't land with any hyzer on the disc.
Kristin getting some really nice tree love. She'll be in the middle of the fairway with a wide open approach. Emily pushing the left side trees, hoping that it fades. And that's going to make birdie really tough.
Yeah, especially, being left-handed, and not really having the sidearm, I don't know, it's going to be a really strange shot from there.
Macie kind of burns one, but she can still get up and down from there.
She can, for birdie, even.
Yep.
Paige going slow speed, her Tour Series fierce. And this is my preferred play, because that's all you need to still be in position to birdie.
Yeah, her disc fought through that branch and stayed really straight. Macie with just a kind of a simple hyzer shot. Unfortunately, catching some trees on the right side.
I think it's a little harder than it looks, to be fair.
Yeah.
You have to,
a little farther.
To park it, I think you have to go high around the branches, and then you come in with a lot of angle. If you go straight like Macie did, it has to be something really stable. And it's trickier than it looks, I think.
Emily, instead of pitching out, just trying to go over those trees and get into the middle, but just fighting off a little more distance as well. It worked out great.
So Paige able to see the pin here. Looks like another fierce in hand. It's a little early, catches some trees, but still gets up there. She's inside the circle for a birdie.
Kristin, the closest look. Hyzering into the green. Comes in with some strong angle, but it stays on the hill.
Yeah, that is a little bit risky because sometimes they pick up and roll. But also, it's unless you land on the right side of the fairway, you kind of have to come in at an angle and just hope. Emily going a little deep on her third shot.
That's a pretty normal mistake on this hole. Coming in just a little hot. It's perched a little more than you expect, and you can easily blast past. Macie, though, very good at the forehand approach.
Yeah, and I like that because it kind of matches the angle of the hill and sits down no problem.
Paige with a bit of a tester.
Yeah, just inside the circle or birdie.
She's back.
She's back.
Nice bounce back from the double. Emily with a little longer than you want to save par.
Oh, sit down.
Oh, man.
Just the worst.
Whoa.
It's so far. Whoa. Have you seen one of those in person? I've seen it.
I mean, I have last year. I didn't see one this year.
Yeah.
But goodness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. really tough break for Emily, and she's having a pretty slow round. She really needs to find some birdies on the back.
Nice par save from Macie. And Emily, yeah, really having a rough start to this morning. It's not even 7 a.m. yet. Like, this is a lot to digest. %42 of the field getting birdies on that one. Kristin holding on to her lead. Her and Paige both taking birdies.
Look at Stacy Ronsley, 7 down through 17.
Wow.
And she did play in the morning as well.
Hole 12, 260, the hardest 260 of your life. It's a double Mando hole. It's far enough off the tee where you're worried about it. You want to have it finish right, but you don't. Forehand's not necessarily the way, just like a dummy forehand. You have to have something that pushes a little bit straighter. If it does crash early, you can be absolutely not having any way to get up and down. Kristin's comes in just in the nick of time and skates that tree line right. If you go in earlier than that, there is an out of bounds line and a gully and just not a lot of putting opportunities.
Yeah. Backhand is sketchy too. Paige looks like she missed the mandatory. She's going to have to go from the drop zone.
Paige says today that she has literally never even parred this hole. She bogeys it every round for years. Every time she comes here. I think that's a funny stat.
It is.
She's probably not even mad. She's just like, oh, this is just how it is.
This is the hole.
This is my hole to bogey.
I think it's an impossible backhand shot. I don't know. I think it's a low forehand and hope it skips and gives you a putt.
It's definitely there. I did it in practice, but I think it's a fluke.
This drop zone, definitely not a gimme. Paige making pretty quick work of it.
Yeah, that'll work fine.
Yeah.
This is the pretty classic spot to land on the left side in the rough, a little forehand approach.
Right, there's no OB over there, so that's kind of the best error to make. Look at that morning sunlight coming through. Gorgeous.
There were so many birds on the screen, too. It was lots of bird activity, chirping.
Tweeting?
Tweeting. Kristin with the only birdie look. Wow.
Wow.
That's a good one.
I was literally thinking of other synonyms for bird noises and didn't really appreciate how impressive that was.
Yeah, wide straddle with a low ceiling, little branches. On the elevated basket. Get out of here. She's on one. She's 3 birdies.
Yeah.
In a row.
It's so early. The birds are ululating. Is that how you say that word?
Oh my! I don't know what word you're saying.
It's that word where it's a word. Look it up.
We need a cricket sound there. Kristin's going to stretch her lead out now. Now she's officially at over double digits, over par. Paige sliding back a little bit with that another bogey.
Hole 13 is such a hard par 3. Even though it's only 333 feet, it calls for a really powerful sidearm from the right-handed player. Hopefully Emily will have a good line at it as a lefty. Otherwise, as a backhand throw, a lot of women are going to go middle gap with something flippy. Kristin trying to go outside gap, but definitely that is early. Right side is pretty rough, but she's going to be safe. There is OB later on the right side and kind of deep of the basket.
Sometimes that right side forces you to just have to pitch out. You don't even get the opportunity to try to bite off any more of the fairway. Macie with a really great forehand and some good ground play.
And that's a fantastic shot, but also it's the low forehand's never going to get there. That's like a par play.
Yep,
for sure.
Yeah, this plate is the second most difficult hole of the day. No one getting to circle 1 regulation and only 11% of the field getting to circle 2.
Paige going forehand. She did this yesterday too, and it worked pretty well.
And she'll be, unfortunately, in those right side trees. Yeah, I have never seen an FPO player get to circle 1. It's such a tough one to even get close to. Emily with a nice approach, but Oh, she's playing with that out of bounds on the right side. She
I think
stays
she's
safe. Yep.
But it's not good. By the way, to ululate is to utter a loud, usually protracted, high-pitched, rhythmical sound, especially as an expression of joy, celebration, or reverence, or sorrow. But the birds were definitely doing it in joy in the morning, as you all know.
Ululate.
Yeah.
In case you have a spelling bee coming up. Put that one in your notebook. Paige with a really nice up and down, straddling out from the rough.
Whoa, Kristin is deeper in here than I thought.
The fact that she found...
Oh, wow.
Wow. The fact,
Okay.
Oh, she's a little bit past that right
Yeah,
side.
she is.
Not bad over there. Just lots of poison ivy. Trust me.
Oh, no. Macie, long look from just inside circle 2. She decides to lay it up. That's really smart. The OB's right there.
I know.
Look, I would have ran it, but
Nice layup, Macie.
I'm not saying it's not fun, but it's smart.
It is. There was one birdie. Oh, nice bid from Emily. There was one birdie on the day. Big ups. Ellen Widboom.
Yeah, I was going to give her a shout out. She made a huge putt, like 60 feet easy, maybe even closer to outside circle 2. It was awesome.
That would feel like an eagle.
Yeah.
The rest of our card going to take pars, and that's pretty normal for FPO on hole 13. Emily, unfortunately, sliding a little bit further back on the leaderboard and having some trouble out there this morning.
Yeah, just one of those days. 7 up. It hurts.
Sucks when the day comes on the one where you have to play more than just 18.
Over more than just one day.
Yeah.
And Stacey Ronsley in the clubhouse with a 6 down. Pretty
Whoa.
impressive.
Hole 14, downhill, 606 feet. This tee shot, you just want to get to the middle. You'll land well before this out-of-bounds goalie that wraps around on the right-hand side. Comes into play on your second shot, low ceiling. Could be straight, could be forehand, could be backhand, depending on where your drive lands. But it's important to just try to push that low ceiling in order to get up to the green and give yourself a putt. We see a lot of circle 2 putts on this hole.
Kristin, love this sidearm play. Yesterday, I believe she went sidearm to get a look. Macie gonna show us the backhand line.
There was a little wind on this hole today, some right to left. I don't know if they're feeling it there. My card played it maybe 3 cards before this, and we definitely had some right to left.
You can see the tops of the trees moving. Definitely more than you would have felt in the previous 2 days.
Or any of the practice rounds.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was dead every practice round.
Yep.
Like you wanted the air to move a little
You were
bit.
hoping for a breeze. Paige pushing
What?
so straight.
It was so far. Like, is she in the woods over there?
I don't know. We'll see what she has to work with because that went forever.
Yeah. I'm only going to take this left-hand side, similar to what Kristin did with her forehand, and that is looking good.
This hole makes me wish I was a lefty.
Yeah, it's still challenging because, I mean, that skip was really good. Like, she needs to get to the right side of the fairway to open up her second shot. So it's like quite an angle, but she did it perfectly. Look at this.
Yeah, you can see that low ceiling coming into play. She's pushing it really nicely.
Dang.
Oh, man.
It was a good line. She just catches some of the last branches up top.
That is the right way to error, though. Left side has no out of bounds.
Kristin in a good spot going backhand approach today. And gets up there. Circle 2.
This putt is the 4th most difficult hole of the day. Only 11% of the field getting to circle 1.
I really like this hole.
Me too.
I feel like it's more gettable than the stats say.
Yep.
Like it's hard, but everyone can do it.
But you can see what Paige just did here, that this layup to the short side of the goalie. A lot of people are going to have to do that if they land just a little too far left or right. That's a very common play, and it's tough.
It's a tough upshot from there, too. It keeps you honest. Like it's 200 feet through a tunnel,
Macie
little uphill.
Just getting so lucky through that right side.
Yeah.
That is not normal. All of that is out of bounds that she just snuck through. So nice work to that disc. Paige, gonna have some work left to do to save her par. Oof.
Kind of awkward over here. We saw
Rough.
Juliana here yesterday. There is a gap right there. It's not the best, but Emily does a good job of getting out and getting a fairly short putt for her par.
Birdie look for Kristin Tattar.
Catches some leaves. Gonna have to settle for par.
All over the band. Getting an unfortunate roll for her bogey putt.
There's some wind.
Macie with a really nice layup. Second nice layup in a row.
She smiles like, yeah, well, probably wasn't great. Oh, nice scramble from Emily.
Yeah, really smooth putt. There were only 4 birdies on the day. Deanne Carey, Lydia Cochran, Ellie Bryant, and Caitlin Belty getting 3s. I like this hole because it's a tough birdie, but you don't have to have big distance. It's just 2 technical shots.
Yep.
So anyone can get it, but it's not easy.
Mm-hmm.
Paige with a nice bogey. Save after that band roll. Macie taking the par.
Kristin in a par as well. She's continuing that bogey-free streak. Macie's husband and caddy, Jamie, telling her to be better, probably.
Yeah, literally just throw
Sorry,
a hyzer. God, so easy. Watch.
The Vulture made it into my bag about 2 years ago, and I really enjoy having a big stack of the stock plastic. I can grab 10 of them, they all fly the same for me. I can trust it at a high speed, and it still has that nice finish at the end.
Hole 15 is a par 4. It's 550 feet. You want to throw, as a right-hand backhand player, kind of straight and just fade a little bit. It's good to be at the top of the hill, and then your second shot, hopefully you have some good footing at the top of the hill and you can just throw something, once again, pretty straight with just a little bit of finish at the end. Distance-wise, it's not hard to reach. Like, everyone can reach it. It's just more about placement, I think, on the drive. There is OB like staked on the right side. There's no OB on the left.
But it is a jail.
It's bad. I think it was OB last year, but that was really punishing. And then also this pin position is shortened from last year. It's much more, it was impossible last year. No one birdied it. This year, I don't want to call it easy, but it's reachable.
Yeah, scoreable. Again, 2 very technical shots. The more you bite off around the corner like Kristin did, the better, of course. But here it really does reign true, because if you push too straight and push that OB line deep, you almost have to throw kind of a flex to the green.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good to really get that hyzer to finish as left as possible. You see Paige really trying to put some angle on it.
I don't know. I kind of, like, I would prefer to be where Kristin is, even if it was, like, way shorter than hers, like, up towards the line. Like, I'd rather be straight.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I think I'd rather be short, and I could never do it. I was always straight.
This is going to be a tough shot for Macie with that footing. And that short drive, but she actually gets a putt. That's so impressive.
Yeah, as long as you crash into the corner tree just before the green, you're gonna give yourself a putt.
Emily, this is a tough lefty hole for sure. Just looks like I think she threw it too low.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's like really attacking on that second shot or if she's just playing it for par.
And that's a scary lefty hole, though. That's a
the
hard
entire
lefty
hole,
shot.
like, is tough. Paige, beautiful upshot in the bullseye for a birdie.
That OB does come into play so fast on the right side if you don't have this hyzer shot.
On the right side?
Yeah, the OB on the right comes into play if you don't have a hyzer, because like Emily throwing a backhand.
Oh, we're still in the left-handed thing.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yes.
Yes, it does. Like, even this shot can be a little bit scary.
Yeah, and Emily not having the sidearm forces this turnover, which she's so good at, though.
Wow.
Like, look at that control. Yeah, this one would be hard to birdie with 2 left-hand backhands.
Mm-hmm. especially with the wind we were feeling out here.
Kristin in for birdie.
And we get a little fist pump.
Oh, just like a little baby one. Kind of soft and slow.
Yeah. What a nice birdie. Just keeps adding more green to her scorecard this morning.
5 down now. Oh, Macie getting some green. It's been a minute. Good thing Jamie gave her that advice.
Man, she was doing so good at laying up. Paige with the birdie as well. That's some nice green on her scorecard after a little bit struggle bus the last couple holes.
3 down on the card for this one is stellar.
Yeah, only 20% of the field getting it. We saw 3 on our lead card.
Paige moving back into solo second. Missy Gannon 3 down through 15.
Kristin with a sizable lead after this morning's holes. Hole 16, 315 feet. Very downhill. I don't want to say poke and hope because there is a line that you're trying to hit, but you are kind of hoping you don't hit trees once your disc gets out of view. Also, you're hoping your disc doesn't roll. We had a ridiculous left to right crosswind here, but as soon as you get into the woods, you don't feel it as much. This one, you're just kind of waiting to see what the spotter flag gives you right when the disc goes out of view right now.
Yeah, but the thing is a lot of them like skip and roll and do crazy things. So you're just waiting and waiting for the spotter to give you the flag. And you're like, man, what's happening down there?
Kristin's pretty much just shot straight out of bounds. That came in with some heat.
Macie taking a wider line here.
And that
can
work, but
it can. Usually it's short left.
Yeah, it gets in that rough on the left side. That is fine, and it's easy to scramble from, but not out of bounds.
I think that's obviously the best error to make. I actually like this hole, but almost no one does. I think it's kind of fun.
I mean, look, Paige catching a tree and just kicking out of bounds.
She didn't hit the line. She didn't.
It's true.
She's right of it.
She pushed too far straight.
I mean, you're right. Like, the green definitely is a little bit too sketchy, and you get some really mean ground play down there sometimes.
Real quick, Emily just threw a right-handed backhand.
Oh, she did.
Whoa.
Cool.
And that's better than a lot of people's drives. Sick.
Yeah.
Wow. I love that.
If I were to throw a left-handed shot, like, it would be...
You'd have no idea where it's going.
The ugliest thing. Everyone would be like, why would you?
And look, Emily has a putt.
Like, it's so impressive to me when people can throw with their opposite hand.
Oh my God, I wanted her to make that. This plate is the 6th most difficult hole at 315 feet downhill. 18% of the field getting to circle 1, 31 getting to circle 2. And all of those stats could be with OB strokes because of how close it is to this basket. Paige just chipping up for bogey.
Yeah, she looks disappointed. Oh, Kristin stayed in?
Did she just wait?
No, she didn't. Sorry, I'm crazy.
Yeah.
She got a par there. She went out.
Okay.
Easy tap and par.
Yes. Oh, yep. There's the disc getting chipped back up from the gully. That's best case scenario, though, if you're going to go OB. She's like, it worked. I don't know. She knew it was going to work. She's good at that.
That's sweet.
That's not the first time I've seen her do that successfully. Look at Stacey Rawnsley moving up 17 spots.
Yeah, that's freaking nuts.
That is insane.
That's so many. Hole 17. Great change from last year. It's a par 3. Downhill, but then back uphill, probably aggregate uphill just slightly, 305 feet. You are teeing off from out of bounds. If you hit a tree on the right side and kick backwards, like I definitely didn't do, you do take it from the drop zone. I don't know, you probably can get a mid-range there, but I feel like it baits you into throwing a slow speed disc, and really it's more of a fairway for a lot of the field.
Yeah, so I think a straight mid-range is awesome, but it's also risky because if you push it too far straight, like Macie does here, and catch one of those trees and kick right, there is
awful.
Nothing. There's nothing over there. It's really tough to even get close to give yourself a circle 1 putt.
Macie challenges that right side, and looks like she has a long putt with her Explorer. Ooh,
Tough lefty hole.
very.
That's nice.
A lot of the holes out here, I think, are scoreable for the left-handed player, but the ones that aren't, like, really
Kinda mean.
aren't. Yeah, they're. Ooh, this is pulled from Paige. And that's crazy.
That is crazy.
That's
It doesn't make sense. There's so many trees on that right side.
That's so lucky.
Yeah, she might even be able to have a putt or
Yeah.
chip up easily.
Mm-hmm.
Emily with some tree love. Gonna be able to save the par here. Okay.
Okay, so Paige,
Not a lot to work
not
with.
fully rewarded. That's
what the-
pretty awkward.
That's what the whole right side looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Just
That's why it's amazing she got so far.
just a maze of sticks.
Kristin or birdie. Comes up low.
Yeah, it's a little uphill. You can definitely hear the wind on this hole too. It's very loud. You're right by the open.
Oh, Macie gives a little toddler stomp of. Oh man, know that feeling.
Emily sneaking in the par. Paige also gonna get the par as well, even while pin high somehow.
Now these ladies are going to play the 18th hole for the first time today.
Wow, everyone parring on our lead car. That's crazy. All right, only 16% of the field got it. Wow, that one plays tough.
Yeah,
It looks easy.
It looks easy, but it's not. That's another really good hole.
Kristin still with the 4-stroke advantage over second place.
Macie shooting 4 down though.
Yeah,
so
from Chase
far.
Card.
Mm-hmm.
Hole 18, what a brutal finishing hole, 905 feet. Sunday morning, it's really early. It is so windy, screaming left to right wind. It makes you change your entire game plan that you've made so solid all week with all your practice rounds. There's a million different ways to go about it, but there is out of bounds all the way down the left-hand side that you want to avoid at all costs. A lot of people just playing this one for par, especially in the windy conditions. The first shot, you do just want to crash into these trees, and then you kind of just see where you land and take it from there.
I don't know. I think the play is to miss the trees.
Is that it? Is that what I've been doing wrong?
Yeah, probably.
Is that why I went too big on this hole on the weekend?
Kristin gonna land right in the middle in a good spot. Macie also kind of flexing one near those branches and landing in a great place to attack. And I kind of missed this earlier, but I was told that Emily's van broke down this morning and she didn't get to the course until 6:28 with no warm up, and her caddy stayed back with the van. So like she had a lot going on this morning.
What an unfortunate time for that to happen on the lead card.
Yeah. So it's kind of, some
Tour life.
rough conditions just all the way around.
Hashtag tour life.
Yeah. Paige getting huge distance on this one.
So you can see Paige, great drive, but she lands right by that fairway tree, and she's going to have to make a decision there. And that's where the hole can just change a million ways, and you have to make a whole new plan. Macie going the hyzer route on the right side. She probably wanted that a little higher,
Yeah.
but
It's fine.
she'll be able to save par from there.
Not even save par. It's actually like a pretty,
Simple.
maybe not super easy layup, but it's a short layup
Yep.
to like kind of the mouth of the little tunnel there.
But birdie is not in the equation.
No,
from
like
there.
it'd be so dumb to go for it.
Yep. And that's where most of the players are going to go, is this right side hyzer route that we see Kristin lining up. There is a little bit of fairway on the inside, on the left towards, you could see people with caddy bibs way up the fairway. Kristin, unfortunately, kind of turning it a little bit, or maybe getting some wind push.
There must have been some wind. You can see it's the flags going left to right.
Oh, yeah, they were getting just hammered left to right.
It looked like Kristin's shot was super powerful, but yeah, I don't know how deep that got. And that's a good scramble there from Paige behind that fairway tree. She got a ton of power on that thing.
So now Macie just trying to get it to the gap here.
And that looks pretty good if it fades a little bit more. Come on.
She's going to be pinched.
Dang, I was hoping it would kind of skip out. That wind is brutal for the shape of this.
Yeah, that's a pretty classic mistake on this hole, even without wind, just because that OB line comes up so close as the fairway kind of bottlenecks right here. You'd see Paige making a similar error, but does it work for her?
She'll have something.
Okay.
It's not going to be great, but it's definitely going to be more workable than Macie's.
This hole is so brutal because it's the last hole and also plays as the hardest hole by a long shot every day.
Yeah. Kristin not too deep into the woods, able to do a patent pending stance and going to be in that same little corner.
Look at this wind.
Yeah, it's happening.
It was so crazy out
now
there.
you know what we have in store for round 3, which is going to start approximately, 3 hours from now?
Yes.
Not even?
And less than that. Yeah, 2, I think.
2?
Emily, unfortunately, hyzering into the rough just before you get to the open area where the green is.
Ooh, Kristin pinched. If she wants to get there, she's going to have to kind of challenge the crowd here.
Oh, the low route. I wasn't expecting that.
Wow. That's so stupid good.
That's so impressive. So much power.
Yeah.
So low. What wind?
Gosh.
Macie following
That's the more
suit.
typical line, though. She got a little more height and challenged the OB a little bit more. Kristin's never even,
Those shots were both insane.
they were both very good.
Their forehands are so good.
But I think Kristin's was, way harder.
Yeah, it was more pinched and further away.
Wow, just nuts, though. Paige getting up there for a putt for her par.
Yeah, very difficult with the backhand turnover with the wind, the head / left to right cross.
Oh,
Emily in deep. Chipping one out. Very, very long look to save par. She's just ready to get these ones over. No nonsense, just a chip
Yeah.
up for bogey.
go deal with her van.
In the very small amount of time she has before she starts round 3.
That's so rough.
Paige giving it a bid. Coming up a little short.
And yeah, just a bummer after such a flawless front 9 from Paige. Dang, Kristin's only bogey stroke of the day. Bummer.
There were no birdies on the day, good conditions or not, whether you played Saturday or Sunday. No one birdied this one.
Yeah, what a finishing hole.
Only-
And par feels so good, so good job, Macie.
Only one person got to circle 1 in regulation, and only one person got to circle 2 in regulation.
Yeah.
This hole maybe needs
holy
some work.
Yeah, 1 par, 3 bogeys, and that's kind of how it goes. So Kristin Tattar, first place. Really good round, just the 1 bogey on the back. Shooting a 4 down on the day. Missy Gannon joining us at solo second, 4 down on the day. Stacy Ronsley moving up 18 spots, 6 down. And Macie Velediaz squeaking in a tie for third with her 1 under round.
Yep, and that's going to be our lead card for the final round. Moving day was...
2 days.
Moving day was 2 days. Enough said. Enough said. And we have one more round full of wind. It's going to play very differently. It's going to score very differently. You guys got a taste of that today in this historic double day round. Come hang out with us on round 3. Thanks to all the media players. Thanks to all the spectators that came out to watch. And thanks to all the volunteers that came out and spectated at 6:30 a.m. You guys
That's nuts.
are amazing.
Wow.
The scorekeepers, they're just showing up bright-eyed, bushy-tailed at 6:30 a.m.
Yeah.
Des Moines Challenge. You guys got great peeps in the area. See you guys on round 3. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. We're the 2 hockeys.
Honk.